Protecting the Shield is a two-year investigation by the Asbury Park Press, and was focusing on bad cops, cops who shouldn't be on the street but they are, and they end up hurting or even in some cases killing people at a tremendous cost to the public. In many cases, towns find it easier to pay off a lawsuit for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars rather than getting rid of a bad cop, and the cop can stay on the street and cause more damage. We had a case where one cop was well known for his outbursts and violent tendencies. He remained on the force for years, and he ended up killing a person. We have another cop who who was accused of breaking his brother-in-law's jaw, and he stayed on the force, and he ended up being accused of almost or seriously beating a Burning Man. These are horrific cases. The public has a right to know them, and in many cases they're kept from the public through legal settlements and a lot of backroom dealings. In one case, we found a town actually had a policy, what one plaintiff alleged was called the program, to push a bar they consider rowdy out of town, and they used the police as a strong arm of the law. And there were 14 lawsuits, $3 million in settlements with those plaintiffs, and another $2.5 million settlement with the bar owner who claimed he was bankrupted by the town. And at the forefront, the cops were there using excessive force. And at the end of the day, the town got what it wanted. It took them a few years, but at the cost of $5.5 million, many broken lives because of the injuries. The bar disappeared, and at the end, the town became what it wanted to become, which was a family resort. So it shows you systemic issues with this problem. It's not, sometimes it's one cop being bad, but the bottom line is the system, the police oversight system, is so secretive and sometimes so incompetent in identifying and weeding out bad cops that bad cops stay for too long, and they end up escalating their behavior until they actually hurt or kill someone. In one case, we found a cop started texting a teenager when she was 17, waited till she was 18 to have sex with her, and then there was a huge settlement, and at the end the cop wasn't fired, he was promoted. So these are the issues that we want to bring to the light and to let people know what's going on. There's also cases of really honest cops trying to expose bad cops, and in those cases we show that a lot of times the honest cops are the ones who get punished. And what happens too is the taxpayers get punished because the honest cops end up suing as whistleblowers. The towns spend millions of dollars in payouts to keep these issues quiet. The honest cops get pushed out and the bad cops stay in force, and that's not the way policing should work. We're advocating for the end of secret agreements. When there's a settlement, that should be made public. The public should have the right to know what's being settled, why it's being settled, and what changes will happen because of that settlement. A lot of times these settlements are done in the back room through the insurance companies. The council signs off on it through paperwork, and the public really never understands what happened in the backroom dealing. So we want to expose that. More openness, more transparency, and once the sunlight hits, you see a lot of changes. This is not a story about all cops are bad. This is no different than looking at bad doctors or unethical lawyers. We're finding the people who shouldn't be on the street and alerting the public to what's going on behind the scenes. Change can happen once the public understands and sees what's going on behind closed doors, and that's the purpose of this, is to expose a lot of the dark dealings.